Hello children, this is class 10th, subject English, chapter 4, a question of trust, and this is my lecture number 1. This chapter 4th, a question of trust, is taken from your supplementary book, Footprints Without Feet. The topics to be covered today are introduction of the author, first of all, then the introduction of the chapter, then new words, and at last your homework. So let us move to the introduction of the author. A Question of Trust is written by Victor Canning. This is the name of the author. Victor Canning was born on June 16, 1911, and he died on February 21st, 1986. He was a prolific British writer of novels. Prolific means successful. He was a successful British writer of novels and thrillers which flourished in the 1950s, 1960s and 1970s. He had sold several short stories by the age of 19, and his first novel was published when he was just 23 years old. His first novel was Mr. Finchley Discovers His England. This novel was published in 1934 when he was just 23 years old and later became a runaway bestseller. So this is all about Victor Canning. Now move to the introduction of the chapter, A Question of Trust. This story is about a man named Horace Danby who is 50 years old, and everyone around him thinks he is a good and honest man. So the whole story revolves around Horace Danby, who is the main character of this chapter. He used to build locks and used to earn enough profit so that he could hire 2 servants to help him. He was a successful businessman, he was a lock maker, and even he had 2 servants to help him. Horace Danby was sent to jail once about 15 years ago because he used to commit robberies every year. This year, when he goes to a house for robbery, he meets a woman who pretends to be the owner of the house. Later, when he leaves from there and is arrested after 2-3 days, he comes to know the truth of that lady. So in this chapter, we are going to read about Horace Danby and a lady in red dress. A Question of Trust. It is an interesting and thrilling story which has been well written by Victor Canning. In the story, Horace Danby commits theft once in a year to buy some rare and expensive books. He loves to read. For this purpose, when he goes to rob the safe in a house of Shotover Grange, he finds a young lady posing and pretending to be the owner of the house, who asks him to open the safe, and there he opens the safe without gloves, and very easily he is befooled by that lady in red dress. Summary of the chapter. Horace Danby had a good reputation in the society. He was about 50 and unmarried. He made locks and had 2 helpers. He loved rare and expensive books. Horace robbed a safe every year. Horace was a good and honest citizen, and he was considered very respectable person. But we know that he was not completely honest because he robbed a safe every year. He was now out on committing a robbery. For 2 weeks, Horace had studied the house of Shotover Grange. Actually, Horace Denby had much fascination for books, so he was interested in reading books. That's why he used to rob a safe every year to finance his hobby. This year also, he planned the same thing, and he had been observing Shotover at the house of Shotover Grange for 2 weeks. He had to burgle this house. Horace Danby entered the house. Horace had allergy from flour, means he had hay fever. He started sneezing. Then he heard a voice. The voice told him that he could cure the sneeze. It was the voice of a woman. She stood in the doorway and she was young and pretty. Now, Horace Danby had the complete information of that house at Shotover Grange. There were about 15,000 pounds worth of jewels in the Grange safe. So he expected to get at least 5,000. So he wanted that money and he planned each and everything. He knew and he had also seen the housekeeper hanging the key to the kitchen door on a hook outside, and they went to watch movie. So he entered that house, and there Horace Danby met a lady, a young lady. She was standing in the doorway and she was very pretty, and even she suggested Horace Danby to consult a doctor as he had the problem of hay fever, that was a kind of allergy. Horace Danby thought that he should run. His first thought was to run. The lady told him that she would telephone the police and she would tell them about him. The woman was very young and pretty, and she was wearing red color dress. She behaved in a convincing way. So it seemed as if she were the real owner of the house. So she didn't expect a burglar, means a thief, in her house. So she threatened him to call the police if he ran away. At this, Horace said that he robbed only those who had a lot of money. So he requested her not to do such thing. Horace Danby told her to let him go and forget she ever saw him. The lady put one condition for letting Horace go. Now Horace requested her not to do anything, like not to telephone the police and not to tell anything about him to anyone. The lady told Horace Danby that she had promised her husband to take her jewels to the bank. She had, however, left jewels in the safe, and she told him that she wanted to wear the jewels in a party that night. She came down to get them, but she had forgotten the numbers to open the safe. Actually, she lied. She just wanted to befool Horace Danby, and she did the same thing. She convinced Horace Danby that she was actually the owner of the house, and the lady told Horace to do something for her. She put a condition in front of Horace Danby. She said that she wanted to open the safe, but she had forgotten the number to open that safe. So she asked Horace Danby to open that safe. So she needed his help, and Horace said that he would have to break the safe and then open the safe within an hour. Horace opened the safe for her, but in doing so, he removed his gloves and his fingerprints were there in that room. So after 2 days, a policeman had arrested him for the jewels robbery at Shotover Grange. Denby's fingerprints were found all over the room. He had opened the safe without gloves. He said to the police that the landlady of the house asked him to open the safe. But the lady was 60 years old woman. She said Denby's story is a nonsense. So Horace had opened the door of the safe. So his fingerprints were all over the room. He gave one argument after the other, but nobody believed him. Nobody believed that he had committed that robbery at the direction of the lady of the house. So she told that Horace's story was totally a nonsense. Means the lady of the house, who was 60 years old woman, she said that it was totally a nonsense. So Horace was now sent to the jail, but the lady in the red was a real culprit and she was also a robber. Horace is now in prison. He often thinks of the charming and clever young lady she was in the same profession. She had simply tricked him, befooled him. Denby gets angry when anyone talks about honor among thieves. According to Horace Denby, there must be honor at least among thieves. So a thief befooled another thief. So this is the summary of the chapter 4, A Question of Trust. Now move to the new words. Tickle. Tickle means itching. Hindering. Hindering means delaying. Inconvenience. It means trouble. Sharp-tongued means using harsh or critical language. Mended means repaired. Nodded, it means made a sign with the head. Persuaded, it means convinced. Burglar, it means a breaker of house or a thief. Firmness, it means steadiness. Hay fever, it means a disease affecting the nose and throat caused by allergy to pollen or dust. So this is all about the new words. Now move to your homework. Homework is to write these textual questions in your notebook. Question number 1. What does Horace Denby like to collect and why does he steal every year? Question number 2. Who is speaking to Horace Denby? And question number 3 is who is the real culprit in the story? So you all are supposed to find out the answers of these questions. Thank you.